Hello, friends. Welcome to Self Help Summaries. Today, we're going to talk about the book The Magic of Thinking Big by David J. Schwartz. If you've ever thought before starting something, I don't know if I'll be able to do this, then understand that's where the defeat begins. But if you believe deep down, yes, I can do it, then you've already taken the first step towards success. The power of belief. That's what David Schwartz strongly emphasizes in his book. He says that your belief is the initial spark that ignites action, and without action, any dream remains just a dream. Think about it. When a little child learns to walk, he falls, then gets up, then falls again. But does he stop? Number. Because he believes that one day he will be able to walk, and that belief gives him the courage to keep trying. Similarly, when we grow up, society, failures, past experiences, and people's opinions weaken our belief. We start thinking, maybe this is not meant for me. What if I fail? What will people say? And this doubt builds an invisible wall inside us that holds us back from moving forward. Schwartz says, doubt is like a virus. It enters the mind silently and slowly destroys every good thought you have. When you're doubtful about something, you lose the energy, focus, and confidence needed to do that work. Your steps naturally come to a halt, but when you believe truly and wholeheartedly, you send a signal to your brain that this is possible, and then your mind starts finding ways to turn that possibility into reality. Now, someone might say, come on, just believing won't make everything happen? Yes, that's true, but Schwartz is exactly saying this. Belief triggers action. Belief leads to trying. Trying leads to learning. Learning leads to improving. And improvement leads to winning. Suppose you're afraid of public speaking, but one day you decide, I should learn how to speak in front of people, and I can learn it. As soon as you think this way, you start watching videos online, practicing in front of a mirror, speaking in small groups. And slowly, you become a confident speaker. But if on the very first day you think, I won't be able to do this, then you'll never even start. And that's exactly the difference between belief and doubt. Schwartz also observed that successful people aren't necessarily more intelligent or talented than average people. The only difference is their mindset. Those who succeed believe that they deserve success. And when a person truly believes they can do something big, they stay motivated to achieve great things. They don't turn barriers into excuses. They break through them. They don't let failure become a reason to quit. They use it as a stepping stone. Belief works like an emotional engine. When you believe in yourself, a burning desire is born inside you. That desire wakes you up in the morning, doesn't let you quit, and gives you the strength to rise every time you fall, Schwartz says. If you don't believe in yourself, why would anyone else? Believing in yourself is your first and most important investment. Now, belief isn't some magic trick that makes everything perfect overnight. In the beginning, you might feel fake confidence. You'll feel fear. But facing that fear is exactly what belief is all about. The more you believe, the more action you'll take. The more you act, the stronger your belief becomes. It creates a positive loop. Belief leads to action, action leads to success, success strengthens belief. Schwartz also points out something interesting. Just like negative thinking spreads negativity, powerful belief inspires others too. When you believe in yourself and your ideas, people start taking you seriously. You become a magnet for opportunities, for support, and for inspiration. They naturally get attracted to you. Think about it. If someone starts a business and says with full confidence, I know this will work, people naturally listen, invest, and support. But if that same person says, let's see what happens, maybe it'll work, People sense the uncertainty too. Your belief defines your influence. That's why Schwartz suggests, before starting anything, check your inner belief. Ask yourself, do I really believe I can do this? If the answer is no, then first rebuild your belief system. Train your mind every day with positive affirmations, inspiring stories, and small wins. The more proof you give your mind that you're capable, the stronger your belief will become. And yes, belief doesn't mean you'll never fail. Everyone fails. But belief helps you see failure not as the end, but as feedback. And that attitude gives you the strength to try again. So if you truly want to achieve something big, whether it's a job, a relationship, health, or a dream project, then first polish your belief, remove your doubts, and say to yourself, yes, I can. Because when you believe, you move. And when you move, the world starts creating paths for you. Remember, every journey starts with belief. And that beginning, that belief, is the real magic that leads to success. If you've read this far, remember just one thing. Believe big, think big, act big. Because small beliefs lead to small results, and big beliefs can change your entire life. Now, let's talk about excuses. Have you ever noticed that whenever we think about doing something big, our brain immediately gives us reasons not to? I'm not healthy. I'm not smart enough. I'm too old now. My luck is just bad. Behind these 4 excuses lies fear, hesitation, and a habit of avoiding new things. David J. Schwartz calls this disease excusitis in The Magic of Thinking Big. It's not a medical disease, but a mental one that quietly kills growth. He says excusitis is the habit where a person always finds excuses for their failures or inaction. And these excuses are so common that most people accept them into their lives without even realizing it. The first excuse, poor health. Many people say, my health is not good, I can't take risks, I can't do hard work. But Schwartz says, the world is full of people who've achieved great success despite serious health problems. Look at Helen Keller. She couldn't see or hear, yet she became an inspiration to millions. Instead of wasting your energy making health excuses, use that energy to improve your diet, exercise a little, and rest well. Stop making health an excuse. Make it your motivation. I will become fit and fulfill my dreams. Excuse 2. Lack of intelligence. Schwartz says many people believe they can't succeed because they aren't born intelligent. But intelligence isn't just about IQ scores. Being smart isn't about knowing everything. It's about being willing to learn. So if you think you're not a genius, that's okay. Work hard, learn, try, and improve. Some of the world's greatest entrepreneurs and leaders were average students in school. The only difference? They didn't make excuses, they took action. Schwartz says, remember, thinking is more important than raw intelligence. The ability to think clearly, the attitude to learn, and consistent effort are far more powerful than a high IQ. Excuse 3. I'm too old or too young. This is another very common excuse. Some say, I'm too old now, while others say, I'm too young. But the reality is, there's no perfect age for success. Colonel Sanders started KFC in his 60s. And today, teenagers as young as 15 or 16 are launching their own businesses. Age is just a number. Mindset is what really matters. If you believe your age can be your strength, it actually becomes one. Schwartz says, be proud of your age. If you're young, use your energy. If you're older, use your experience. Excuse 4. Luck. Many people say, I just have bad luck, or he won because he was lucky. Schwartz calls this the most dangerous excuse because it makes people feel powerless. If you believe your success or failure depends on luck, you'll stop taking action. But successful people don't wait for luck. They prepare, they create opportunities, and when a chance comes, they're ready. You can't control luck, but you can control your preparation and attitude. And most often, the people who seem lucky are simply those who were well prepared. Now think, if you believe in any of these excuses, health, intelligence, age, or luck, can you really achieve something big? Of course not. Schwartz says that every time you give an excuse, you take 10 steps backward in your growth. Excuses give you no respect, no results, and no happiness. They keep you in your comfort zone, but that zone only makes you average. That's why Schwartz strongly recommends, if you really want to do something great in life, the first step is to identify your excuses. Pay attention to when you say things like, "Kukan, I don't have time. I'm scared. I don't have money." Then ask yourself, is this a real reason or just an excuse? Whenever an excuse pops up in your mind, challenge it. Ask, if someone else were in the same situation, would they give up or take action? Then ask yourself, what can I do instead of hiding behind this excuse? The cure for excusitis. Action. The opposite of excuse is action. When you start acting, your excuses begin to fade. For example, if you say, "I don't have the skill," then take action by learning that skill. If your excuse is, "I don't have time," then look at your schedule and remove non-essential tasks to make time. Getting rid of excusitis is about building a habit. In the beginning, your mind will keep creating excuses, but every time you reject those excuses and take action, you'll feel a new energy within yourself. Soon, you'll realize that you've risen above your excuses, and that's where real growth begins. A life full of excuses only brings regret, but a life full of action brings satisfaction, pride, and success. Schwartz doesn't say there won't be problems. Everyone faces them. The difference is, some people turn problems into excuses, while others turn them into reasons to grow. From excuses to confidence. Want to become stronger? Want to move ahead in life? Then silence that voice in your head saying, "You can't do it, you lack this and that." And instead give space to a new voice that says, "I will do it," no matter what the situation is. Because in the end, life rewards those who don't make excuses but take action. So, stop excusing, start doing. That's the direct and powerful message of this chapter. The confidence myth. Sometimes we all feel that we lack something inside, that confidence that others seem to have. When someone speaks confidently on stage, makes decisions, and connects easily with others, we often stand at a distance and think, "I wish I could be like that." But the truth is, confidence isn't a gift you're born with. It's a skill, developed through practice. One very interesting thing Schwartz says is, act confident and you will feel confident. That means you have to appear confident first. Only then will you begin to feel confident from within. This doesn't mean you have to be fake. It simply means don't express fear. Move forward in spite of it. When you maintain confident body language in any situation, stand straight, make eye contact, speak in a clear and steady voice, others will perceive you as confident. And gradually, your mind will start believing it too. Schwartz suggests speaking positively to yourself again and again. I can do it. I am bigger than my fear. I can speak up. I'm not failing. I'm learning. These small affirmations help reprogram your brain. Negative self-talk like, "I can't do it, what will people think," or "I'm not enough," slowly eats away at your confidence from the inside. So, replace that with positive self-talk. Build confidence through knowledge and preparation. Another way to build confidence is through knowledge and preparation. When you don't feel confident about something, the first step is to understand it well. The better prepared you are, the more confident you'll feel. Schwartz shares a powerful technique, visualization. That means mentally imagining yourself doing the task confidently. Example, if you have to speak at an event, visualize yourself standing on stage, speaking calmly, the audience listening attentively, and you feeling confident. Visualization creates a positive memory for the brain, and when the actual moment comes, your brain recalls that image, and your confidence gets a boost. Stop comparing. Start improving. Schwartz also talks about a common mistake. We compare ourselves to others and then feel inferior. When we see someone confident, we think, he's just born confident, I can't be like that. But that's a wrong thought. We're all different, and we all have the same capacity to develop confidence. You don't need to compare yourself to others. Just compare yourself to who you were yesterday. Are you better than you were before? That's the real measure. The journey of confidence is never smooth. Sometimes you'll feel nervous. Sometimes you'll fail. But Schwartz says, falling is not failing. Failing to try is. When you fall and get back up again, your inner strength and confidence grow even more. So don't give up. Keep practicing. Take small steps. And slowly, you learn to believe in yourself. Now, imagine for a moment. What would your life look like if you had complete faith in yourself? What if you could speak your mind in meetings without fear? What if you could answer confidently in interviews? What if you could boldly share your ideas? All of this is possible, and it depends entirely on your actions. Confidence is not a luxury, it's a necessity, and every person has the capacity to build it. The difference is, some people take action despite fear, while others hide behind excuses. Schwartz's clear message: face your fear, speak up, take risks, and watch your confidence soar. So the next time you feel like, I'm not confident enough, just remember, confidence is not something you get from outside. It's already inside you. You just need a bit of courage, a bit of action, and a bit of time to bring it out. And if you're ready to give these three, nothing can stop you from becoming confident and then successful. The power of thinking big. Everyone wants to do something big, something meaningful, something they can be proud of. But most people think that only lucky ones achieve great things. In reality, that's not true. David J. Schwartz, in The Magic of Thinking Big, shares a very powerful insight. If you want to achieve more, first you need to think bigger. And that's where it all begins. With goal setting and vision. Until you clearly know what you want and how you want it, achieving something big is almost impossible. When we set small goals, we automatically limit ourselves to a small scale. But when we set big goals, our mind naturally starts to expand. Schwartz says, the mind is like a muscle. The more you stretch it, the more it grows. When you set bold and ambitious goals, your brain begins to find ways to achieve them. Goal setting is not just a formal process. It's not just about writing some points in a notebook and forgetting them. It's a deeply emotional process where you define your desires, your capabilities, and the direction of your life. And once you gain that clarity, taking action becomes much easier. Schwartz says, the first step of goal setting is visualization. Imagine in your mind that what you want is already a reality. You're working at your dream job. Your business is growing. You have a home, a happy family, and you feel confident and satisfied. This isn't fantasy, it's vision. When you vividly imagine something with all the fine details, your mind starts taking actions to make that vision real. But seeing the image isn't enough. You have to feel it too. Feel the joy of success, the pride of achievement, the inner satisfaction. When you see and feel a goal in your mind repeatedly, it slowly settles into your subconscious mind. And that's where the real magic begins. Your subconscious mind starts pushing you toward that goal. But just thinking and imagining is not enough. Thank you so much for watching. If you found value in this video, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone who's ready to level up their life one habit at a time. Until next time, stay consistent, stay patient, and keep becoming 1% better every day. This is Self-Help Summaries, signing off.